Okay guys, welcome to another episode of the Gen W podcast. I'm with my co-host here, our beautiful Korean babe, Grace over here. So guys, today Grace has a very cool topic she wants to share. Take it over, Grace.
Welcome to the Gen W podcast.
With your hosts, Q and Grace, turning migrant clique into generational gold.
Because we're not just another generation, we're Gen W.
Hey guys, so today I was inspired by a lot of first-home buyer inquiries that we've been getting through our, through that home loan dude. So a lot of these first-home buyers, I'm seeing more and more buying as a couple and more first-home buyers getting a lot of help from family, whether they, use their father's income, whether it's a guarantor, and whatever the case is, they're getting a lot of help from family. And I just found it was interesting because, back when I was 22 buying my first property, it's
22?
Yeah.
Damn.
Almost 22.
I bought my first property when I was 24. You beat me to it.
Well, your portfolio is much larger than mine.
Yeah, but I'm your mentor. You're my mentee. You started earlier than me.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it is what it is. And no, I did everything myself, guys. No family help.
By the way, guys, if you're watching this podcast, there's a video that is dropping, which we do vlogs, hike. In the video, there's evidence that Grace owned a farm in New South Wales. And she had peacocks and, all these zoo animals. And she's claiming to be Anyway, just spraying her shake. Then I continue.
Anyway, guys, I worked myself. I never asked my dad for a penny. And obviously I saved up the deposit. I bought my first property at 22, and that was possible back then. But I didn't get any help from my dad. And, with my small salary back then, I think I was even working casual jobs. I wasn't even working a full time.
How many jobs did you do?
I was just working one, but I was working really young, since 14.
Wow.
So I was studying and working, and I did go uni, guys. But yeah, so I was doing both. And yeah, so I bought my first property, and it was much easier, I think, back then than now, for sure. Because as I talk to these first-home buyers, they're getting more help. And a lot of them are buying with their partner because they need that combined income to obviously buy something decent, especially in New South Wales.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of that. A lot of just first-time buyers are usually couples that buy 1 to 1.345 million.
Yeah.
It's not possible by single income.
Exactly. So I was really inspired, and with this particular client, I think it's just because we really clicked and our conversation really resonated with me, and so it sparked my interest. And so I started to research a bit more after this conversation with her, because she was complaining how it's really hard to date, and it's, in a way, it's a little unfair for her because she feels like, she's just trying to set herself up, she's trying to start early, she's trying to do all these things, she got a decent job, she studied, and then the fact that now she has to rely on having a serious partner to get into the market, to buy her first home to live in, that she's in New South Wales. She wasn't interested in the investment. She wanted one later, but yeah.
But is she single or she's got a boyfriend?
She's single.
Oh, right. So she doesn't even have that choice.
Yeah, that's why she started opening up to me. Because I asked her, do you have a partner that you possibly combined income? And that's how she started complaining. So she was saying, it's so hard to get into a serious relationship for one. And, she's only early 20s.
All right.
She's thinking buying a property with someone is a big step.
It's a big commitment.
Yeah, it definitely is. And in my opinion, I feel like, you're basically married because you're financially tied together. You have big responsibilities, and the life of the loan is 30 years. It's, you're pretty much locked down if you were to buy a property with someone. So yeah, it is a big thing. If you try to start young, like to buy property this up
Yeah.
and needing that income to get into the market. So that's where I got the inspiration for the topic today. So after that conversation, I started researching a bit more because I thought it was really interesting, and I really wanted Q's opinion on this because, you know, with 15 years of mortgage insurance and, you know, divorce rates are increasing all over the world. And, you know, Q has been in his marriage for a really long time. How long has it been?
Let me look at my ring and engrave it. So we are gonna. This is why my wife engraved it in the ring. 14th of December 2013. Since we got married. So 12 years.
Yeah. And yeah,
That's 2025.
so I would say that's pretty successful, right?
And we dated for 3 years before we got married. So we've known each other for 15 years.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would say it's pretty successful, would you say?
Yeah, we have our ups and downs, and she works in this business, so it makes it harder as well. She's the back end. She's not the co-host, content creator like Grace. She likes to be on the back end. She's not as creative as Grace. But she manages everything, you know, the payroll, the HR, the bills, you know, everything, including spreadsheets and all the boring stuff that I don't want to touch. She does it. And then also being my wife, we have 2 kids and looking after the household and dealing with me because I'm very unorganized. That's why I'm super creative. And she's so cool with everything. So it's a learning process to be with a partner. One thing is hard, but also working with your partner in a business and then seeing her and how to separate that. So I think we've learned a lot from that. That's why our relationship's that strong. Yeah.
So yeah, and you know, you're in a successful marriage. So I thought it would be interesting for our viewers, for the first home buyers who I've been speaking with who have the same issues as this particular client that really resonated with me. So after that, I started researching articles. I was jumping on TikTok, YouTube, and I don't know if it's my algorithm, but I feel like there's just so much negativity about relationships online these days. Like, you know.
Wait, can I just say anything about your algorithm? Because me and Grace are very close, and I check out her TikToks because we film TikToks together. And when I look at her FYP, it's always about like men are not great or let's dump this man.
Yeah.
Woman power, boss, girl power. Like, that's all on her feed. I don't know whether you actively search for that.
No, I was researching
Or maybe she was just researching that.
because I was researching, is it really that hard
Right.
to date, right? Because she was complaining to me.
Yeah, there's a lot of feminist energy on your feed.
And that's the other thing, right? So when I was researching, it's all about like feminists like saying, oh yeah, we don't need men, or it's actually men reacting to feminists saying feminists ruined romantic relationships. And then, you know, it brings up the whole topics about passport bros, red pill men, and then there's so many people complaining about bad Hinge dates, and I find that it's always the women complaining. Like, I don't really see any men talking about their dates on Hinge.
Yeah, I guess these guys are just different. Like, I think guys are like just happy just to get laid. Like, that's it. That's very superficial.
Yeah.
I guess, like, why would they complain?
Yeah.
Whilst women, it's like you need to fall in love to go to that process. I don't know. We'll dive a bit deeper into this later.
Yeah, so I thought these were a lot of interesting topics, but, you know, because me and Q are known to go on tangents, and our first podcast that we filmed together, it went for 1 hour. So we're trying to shorten this whole process. So to do that, I did write down some frequent questions asked by our clients who are first home buyers. Mostly came from the conversations that I had with that one client, that single that I spoke with, connected with, was, you know, we did kind of dive deeper into that conversation. So a lot of the questions are from our existing clients, and particularly that client that inspired me for this topic. So I prepared a little goodie bowl. So yeah, so it's just like shredded paper. I'm gonna mix it. So
Well, what are we doing?
you're gonna pick up random papers.
From this paper salad dressing thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you're gonna pick up the question. You're gonna read it out loud so that our viewers can know what you're answering.
And am I doing charades to avoid like answer?
Let us know if you want to play charades with Broker Q. We'll put that in the podcast.
That's super pretty hard.
So yeah, so basically you'll read the question so that they know what you're answering, and you give your opinion, and I'll give my opinion too. Yeah.
Alright, cool. Yeah, let's do that.
So there you go.
Let's do this. I'm not gonna look at it. So I'm gonna pick something. And then, oh, this is a big one. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. What's to say? It's like a fortune cookie. Confucius once said, no, I'm joking. Okay, so it says here, how do you think serviceability will affect first home buyers? Will this push more people to right into a relationship? Or do you think that they should wait until their single income is enough to settle a home loan and wait for the right partner? There's a lot of questions in this question. Like there's like 3 parts to this, but
Yeah.
is this from like a TikTok like comment?
No, it's not a TikTok comment. It was a DM.
Oh, with a DM. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Let's answer the first question. So we'll put this question on the screen above here. Okay. And then we can break it along because it seems like a very long question. So it says here the first part is, how do you think serviceability will affect first home buyers? And I think the question's about borrowing capacity, I think, right? That we've been dealing for the last, I don't know, since 2 years, since there's a lot of like regulation changes for a lot of first home buyers trying to buy property. So in terms of borrowing capacity, it says, will this push more people to rush into a relationship? Okay. So I feel like in terms of this question, there are a lot of clients like your client. She's on what? Like $80,000 and she's single. She doesn't really have a punch and she wants to buy it in New South Wales. Does she have like a property price?
Well, she just doesn't. She's not picky, but
Like,
even
does she make a house or unit, or she doesn't really care?
she just wants a place that's not too far from her work
Where's her work?
in the city.
Okay, good luck with that.
Like, I think she's okay to drive 40 minutes,
Oh.
but the issue is the price is like at least 600K for a one bedder, right?
Yeah. So with $80,000, it's really hard to get a property at say 95%. Especially, I'm sure she has HEX, right?
No,
Oh no,
no
yeah.
debts.
Okay, and her parents are giving her 100 Gs. Okay, so bank and mum and dad are giving her 100 Gs.
So when I did the
And so
scenario,
what? Yeah, what do you get?
I think from memory it's 445K property.
440K property, not even 400.
Because her loan amount was like 350 or
350.
plus the 100K that her.
Oh no, so 350 plus 100 Gs.
So she gets stamp duty
Yeah.
exemption, but
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously for her, she's not gonna go on like Tinder and Hinge just to find a date to then go, oh, on your first day, hey, do you want to be my co-borrower? They're like,
of course not.
WTF.
No, of course not. But she was saying that she was trying to date, and
Yeah.
you know, obviously she's not in touch with people from high school, and
Yeah.
if she wanted to date them, she would have, right?
Yeah.
And then uni, it's more like focusing on work.
And how is she? She's in her early 20s, right?
I think early mid-20s. I didn't ask specifically about her age was, but from what she sounded like, and what she just started her new job, finished uni, I presume it's early 20s, mid-20s.
Yeah, I mean, like, the question also said, do you think they should wait or wait until they're single enough to service home loan? I always say to people is borrow what you can afford right now and buy what you can afford right now rather than waiting. Because the thing is, when you say you're on Tinder or Hinge or however the youngest date these days, you know, like it's very different because I'm old school. You know, usually you go up to someone and then ask them for a date, but nowadays it's like all digital and there's a lot of choices. So when there's a lot of choices, decision paralysis where, okay, the first date was great, but hey, it's so easy to get another date.
Yeah.
Whilst back then, you know, you go out and ask a girl for a number, she might reject you. There's a fear of rejection and stuff like that.
So that's one of the things I wanted to comment about was I feel like dating apps definitely made it so much easier. And there's not so much exclusivity anymore because...
Yeah, everyone has access to the same girl.
And it's not just that, it's like, let's say there's two people that match. It's like, one, they both know that they're speaking to other people. So like, well, why do I need to put so much investment on this relationship?
Yeah.
Whereas if you were to approach one by one, your pool is much smaller.
Yeah. Like for me with my wife, it was exclusively, we were at work. And it was that department. And then I, you know, obviously asked her for a date. Had many attempts. It was just, let's start off with friends, and then just romantically became something.
Yeah.
But at least it was that sort of like exclusivity. There was no one else, you know. But right now it's like everybody, like thousands, millions of people could just swipe. And then you have all these statistics saying you have 50 matches and you date one person, which is good. You're like, oh, maybe let's try the second one, third one. And you're like, shit, I have all these decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think it's also social media played a big role because it's just you're just so exposed to so many different people out there. And then also it's so easy to slide in the DMs.
Yeah. And then these days, like, you know, people, well, I always tell you, because I'm very conservative. So when you tell me like, oh, my mate hooked up and then first night, you know, they just banged and like, I feel like that is like the norm these days.
Yeah. There's a lot of TikTok videos I saw where they're like, oh, the new dating, that podcast. Remember the podcast that we saw glimpses of? How they're saying that the stages of you know, moving up the,
where, you know, you match first day or second date, you just bang, just
and you're drunk or something.
Yeah, you just get a feel of each other, and then that's when you start to having like actual conversations sober.
That's like the last step.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's too intimate.
And it becomes too intimate, but you gave the dude a blowjob on your first date kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or you went down on the girl kind of thing. And
I can't believe it's like that. Is that really how it is now?
I don't know. I'm out of the game for like 15, 17 years.
Yeah.
Alright. So I don't know about you, Grace. You're still single.
Oh, but I've
But
been single for a long time.
You still could, like, I think Grace is like old school, but still in the new generation of dating. So she's like look, you're a pretty girl, so she has a lot of offers, but I think she filters them like really, like it has to be really good quality before someone gets your number.
Pretty thorough. Like if someone just approached me on the street and asked, I wouldn't give it. Like I'll be like, who are you? Where did you come from? Like I'll be a little bit freaked out, which is sad because that was one of the TikTok videos that came up. Was, oh, guys, the girls are complaining that guys don't ask for girls' numbers, but then we're scared now to approach them because feminists are like, you know, making them feel they can't approach women anymore because they're scared that they're going to get judged.
Yeah. But before we tangent, the question is, I was saying, like, even if they were to swipe and find the right person, that is like not all those red flags that we talked about. It still takes about 2 to 3 years to get to know the person, to really establish a relationship where you're comfortable talking about money, and then joining assets. So for this girl over here, this young first home buyer, if she's 22, it just means she has to wait until she's like 25, 26 to then buy her first property. Which we can't give financial advice, but our 2 cents is, you know, if you could buy a $450,000 property today by yourself, right? Instead of waiting 6 years later or 4 years later.
Yeah.
Because you could, the property that you decide not to buy today, say 4 years later, that property would have went up by like $200,000.
Yeah. So
it's better just to buy, not financial, buy today, what you can afford. And then in 4 years' time, when you meet the right man and they're in a relationship, you can always sell that property.
Yes, I did suggest her to buy it as an investment.
But then she loses her stamp duty exemption. So that's something they have to weigh up against.
Yeah.
So I would say not financial advice if you can afford it now, rather than waiting for your income to increase, unless you know you have a promotion coming up and you're like on she's on 80k and then they'll offer her 120 or something.
But I have a question. Where would you think that she could buy a decent place to live with 400?
I would probably say like Maryland's onwards. So
Maryland's is still that cheap, isn't
it'll
it?
be an older one, like a one better. You gotta walk up the stairs. There's no lift, no gym, no nothing, and it's like an old crummy building.
But would properties like that go up?
It wouldn't go up like what I said, like by 200,000. But I've never seen property go backwards in if people think they're equal in this world. There are rare exceptions that has go backwards. That's if you bought a really broken down, big sinking fund, structurally incompatible property. But if you bought like a normal one, usually it will go up by in the next 3 or 4 years, maybe 100k in Sydney. And there's immigration is still steadily coming through, so people need places to live.
Yeah.
So I think those are the factors that make people doubt your questions. Like, what if it doesn't increase and I bought the wrong property?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then look, but you were saying?
Did we finish the question?
I think that I answered the question pretty well. Like, if I'm on a single income, should I just wait? I'll say no financial advice. I wouldn't wait myself. Like, we didn't wait, right? Like, you bought it when you were 22. I bought it when I was 24. Imagine we waited for like when we found a partner.
I would have been screwed because the prices would have went up. And I would have been stuck like her.
Yeah. And plus, on the other side, we've seen a lot of relationships fail. Where they settle in early because they try to, for example, you're forced to find a partner to buy a property and you try to settle in early. And there's so much choices out there because of Hinge and Tinder, and you feel like, what if that person is not the right person? And then somehow you split, then what happens to that property?
Yeah. We had a few clients come back, they bought it with us together, and then they separated, and we had to help them refinance sell.
Yeah, or buy another party.
Yeah.
So, but I'll say, hopefully that answers that question, Wes.
Yeah, so that's done.
Right.
I'll keep that here.
Yeah.
So,
Wait, another one?
How many? There's questions.
Right, cool. Right.
You guys want answers, right? Like from this dude. That's why I'm happy. That's why you're on this podcast.
If you want more answers, more questions answered, drop the like button, whatever you're watching this from, YouTube, Spotify, whatever channel. Yeah, follow this channel, follow this podcast, and I'll definitely answer more questions. No, I was thinking there's like 50 questions. Like we'll probably maybe smash through maybe 2 or 3 more because I don't want to drag out this podcast. Yeah, but we'll definitely do more. But please support this podcast. All right. No, these are like really heavy ones. Oh, this is easy. Damn, this is an open-ended question.
What is it?
Any relationship advice?
Oh yeah, because I think this person that DM'd me.
Is this you? You always ask me for relationship advice.
No, I don't. I have no one to ask. Like, I'm dating no one, guys. I have nothing to ask for relationship advice.
I'm joking. But you sometimes hypothetically ask me.
Do I?
Yeah, like I have a friend, but I know it's you that's asking that question.
Like when?
I'm joking.
Oh. Wait, are you joking or are you being serious? Because I really don't remember asking you for relationship advice.
No, I'm joking.
Oh. Was it, did I didn't realize I feel. But yeah, okay. Yeah, I think a lot of people in the dating scene now, they're really confused because there's a lot of information, a lot of opinions.
Yeah.
And I guess a lot of them are seeking some advice. Because a lot of them were asking me advice, so I just generalized it because they were all asking the same questions.
Like, what is your relationship advice?
Yeah, so maybe give like top 3 advice that helped your marriage last long.
Oh, right, okay. I'll probably give advice based on maybe a lot of first home buyers that are listening to this who are single, or maybe in like some sort of early relationship with their partner, rather than marriage advice, because probably you're not in that phase of your life. Because if you're a first home buyer, you wouldn't be married yet. You probably.
So do you think that the advice from dating to marriage is different?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Could you kind of dive more deep in that? I'm sure you guys want to know too, right? Like, I'm not the only one.
So when you're dating, I think the advice for both of you, it's very different to when you're actually married.
Okay, how about you do three when you're dating and 3 when you're married?
Okay.
Because I'm sure some of our viewers are married.
Yeah, okay, definitely.
Yeah.
So before you're married, right, it means you're either still in the honeymoon phase with your partner, or you're outside the honeymoon phase with your partner in thinking of settling down,
Okay.
right? So when you're in the honeymoon phase with your partner, no advice will work, because everything you see from them is beautiful.
Yeah.
Because you've got like color lenses on, like everything they do, he or she do, all the flaws and stuff, it's beautiful. I would probably say, if you're in that phase at the moment, just know that phase is gonna hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for you personally, she said a lot of guys before.
Not that many.
Not that many, but like you it's not like your first rodeo. Like you probably
Yeah,
have dated
I dated a few, yeah.
few, right? Yeah. And then you would say, on average, what is the like usual honeymoon period? 12 months? That's pretty long. Like in this day and age.
I haven't dated this day and age. I'm scared to date. After I spoke to that first time buyer and I started searching this topic, I'm like, it sounds like a scary world out there.
Yeah. Like honeymoon phase is either 6. Oh well, okay. Let's be fine. Let's be realistic. 6 to 12 months.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. And then
I
like,
hope it lasts longer than 6 months, guys.
but then when did you know it didn't last? Like after 12 months, like what fell off? Where like you started arguments, or you started like noticing like repetitive
Okay,
patterns?
wait. I wanna take it back. It depends on the partner. I feel
Yeah.
like it depends on your chemistry,
Yeah.
and then it depends on how fast you're moving in the relationship.
Yeah.
So if you're still like living separately, you're seeing each other maybe once or twice, like once a fortnight or once a week, it'll probably last longer.
Which is 12 months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if let's say you're seeing each other every day, or you move in quickly, like few months,
Yeah.
6 months later,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
moved in and you really like,
Yeah.
you know, basically serious.
Yeah.
Then I feel like it would die down faster.
Yeah, so the first advice is just to know that when you're in a relationship, there will be a honeymoon phase, and that honeymoon phase would expire. And that's when the real work comes into the relationship.
Yeah.
When you start seeing flaws of the other partner, habits that you really don't like, or that just sort of triggers you, annoys you. And then you also start noticing personality, you start noticing that there's a bit of friction between your personality and the other person's personality.
Yeah.
And I think the fourth thing is you notice that there's a communication gap, where the way you communicate and the other person communicate is not in sync sometimes. And that's where like disagreements arise. And then I think when you pass into that phase, it's how do you work on mending that gap. And usually is that phase is where a lot of relationships end.
Yeah.
Where one person goes, no, that's who I am, I'm not going to change for you. And the other person will either be like, well, I want you to change, or I'm going to try to change you. And then there's going to be a lot of fights in between. Yeah. It's either vice versa, or it's either one person is very headstrong and wants to change, or what happens is the person tries to change the other person, the person tries to change, but it feels pressure to change. Yeah, so that's where
Like,
usually.
are you talking from experience when you used to date, or
Is
that what-
Yeah, like before I met my wife, there was a lot of times where you go into relationships and everything's fantastic, right? The sex is fantastic, the romance is amazing, and then it hits a point where the honeymoon is over and the sex is average. It's like, yeah, and then it's like the outings are really boring, and then the relationship, like both of you are not growing anymore. That's when I notice that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Where you're not growing, you're not learning anything, and sometimes it's like they're calling you back as well. And then, there's things that you talk about and the other person goes, no, I don't want to talk about it, or they ghost you, or there's a lot of things that happen that makes you not happy.
So, bringing it back to the question.
Yes.
You were meant to give 3 advice for dating and marriage. So could you just give those 3?
So the 3 advice for the dating people is, number 1, recognize when will your honeymoon phase expire. And if you don't know, just know it's around the corner. And knowing when it will expire will give you an idea that the relationship has a different season to it.
Yeah.
That's not always going to be roses and butterflies.
Yeah.
And number two is, once the honeymoon phase is over, is note down what are the flaws between your partner, and also be conscious of what your flaws are and how those cause friction. And sometimes you might not have solutions for that, but just be aware that it would exist after the honeymoon phase. And I think that my third advice is basically work on yourself and also encourage your partner to work on themselves, but not trying to change them. Yeah.
Okay. And then the marriage?
So marriage is a different ball game, because once you get married, you're basically past the point of the honeymoon and then discovering all the flaws about each other. And usually, if you're successful in discovering how to handle each other's differences, that's when you decide to get married. But I feel like sometimes people skip that process. Like they're like madly in love and they're like, oh, let's just get married, babe, you know, kind of thing.
Oh, like they rushed the marriage?
Yeah, they rush it before getting to know each other.
Yeah.
And then once they're married, and then that's the ones they find out.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, wait, it's so hard to get divorced because I don't want to get divorced.
You know what? I still remember this conversation I had with my friend, and he was telling me he was not happy in his marriage. He was telling me, oh, don't ever get married.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Isn't that like happily ever after? And he was like, no. And I was like, why? Isn't it like weren't you guys living together before getting married? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, well, then what's the difference if you're living together and married? Isn't it just gonna be the same? And he said, no, it's so different. Is that true? Like living together while dating is not the same as when you're married and living together.
I don't think there's a difference when you're living together in a de facto relationship and living together when you're married. The only is a difference is when you have kids. Yeah, once you have kids, things change. Like your partner's body will change for a period. Her focus will be in nesting, which is to look after the kid. There will be less attention on the man.
So I watched a lot of videos online when I was doing this research, and yeah, a lot of men say that.
Yeah.
So is it like common for men to feel a type of way during this period?
Yeah, because the thing is, for let's say if they've been like madly in love for that honeymoon period for 12 or even 2 years, and then they sort of like go to de facto where they live the ideal life where they're serious, they travel, they do all this stuff together, right? And then that's like say 3 or 4 years of history. And the minute the wife, her attention is only on a child and not you. You do feel there's a shift of focus.
But as a male, like, doesn't your focus shift as well to the kid?
Yeah, your focus does shift as well,
Yeah.
but it's just there's a difference.
Yeah, in the relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and then where there's a difference for males, they either want to fix things or like get things back to where they were with the child. But when you have a child, it's very hard because like number one, you know, it would feed irregularly, you'll cry at night, you both are really tired, and the partner, which is the female, would be very tired and a bit grumpy. And sometimes there might be like postnatal depression where she's not back to her old vibe.
Yeah.
And also for some males, like that their partner's body would have changed, they're on a lot of weight, or there's stretch marks. For me, I was okay with that, but some males who are really attached to, say for example, the trophy wife, or she looked that way, that's fine, I loved her, but now her body's changed.
So with the trophy wife, do you think that they truly love that person? Because trophy wife is more of a status symbol in their eyes. It's not really like you're in love with that person. You just want that hot girlfriend.
Yeah, I feel like they were in love with the the ideal of having such a beautiful wife or beautiful girlfriend.
So that's not really a stable relationship.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Like, do those relationships last after having kids?
it really depends how the man changed. But if the man's like, no, I dated someone that was looking like this, and now you look like this.
But wouldn't they know that? Like, everyone knows that the belly gets a bit bigger.
I don't think a lot of men know that.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Well,
You're carrying a human. How do you not know that your stomach's gonna get big?
I think they know that, but then, well, there's one thing to know that and one thing reality. Right? So
Yeah.
I'm not speaking for all men, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you look at it, it does happen. And it is just one factor, it's not like many factors. So there's a lot of shift that's happened, that's changed. And then because of that, it's very different to dating or just being with your partner.
Sorry guys, we tangented again.
Yes, we can again.
So that was number one advice for marriage, was it?
There was a many advices in between that. I would say when you're married, right?
Just summarize the
I would say the summary is to know that there's a difference between before kids and after kids. I'm not encouraging not to have kids. I think kids are beautiful to have, but I think there will be a 1 or 2 years sort of sacrifice and a sort of like empathy for the woman that she's going through a tough time. Because a lot of men, they don't understand that. They just don't be empathetic. They just feel like, well, my needs have become important and I want you to fix it straight away kind of thing.
I feel like with that, it's also communication though. If they're feeling that way and they had this discussion, I feel like it would have improved the relationship. Like, let's say if my partner said that to me, I'll be like, okay, let's have a conversation and then we can readjust the priorities of, because I watched a podcast where the guy said, no, my wife always comes first before the kids. And I feel like he established that value in their relationship before having kids. So I feel like they do prioritize that and they'll go, no, this is mommy and daddy's time. This is just our alone time. And then they teach the kids to respect that. And that's how they kept their relationship romantic still.
But then you also had a friend that, you know, the partner really, after the friend had the kid, he was totally disinterested.
Yeah.
Like, there's also men like that too.
Yeah.
Where they come home,
Yeah.
they make excuses,
Yeah.
but something really shifted.
But is that common in all men?
Not all men, but like, there are.
Men?
It depends on like the men who, like I said, back to the men who chased the trophy girl.
Trophy wife.
The trophy girl. Where they just wanted that feeling of like she's the hottest girl, but then now she's a
So, girls, are you listening? Don't go for the man going for the trophy wife.
But
That
the thing
is an advice from Broker Q.
But the thing, it's hard though. Like for your friend, how could she spot that he wasn't that type of man? Because obviously, when a guy's chasing a trophy wife, like even for girls who dress nice, like Gracie's like very good-looking girl, right? You wouldn't say I'm a trophy girl, right? You just dress the way you dress.
Yeah.
But then,
I don't think any girl is intentionally
Yeah.
a trophy.
yeah. But the thing is, and the guy who's trying to date you, he wouldn't say, hey, you're a trophy wife, I'm gonna go after you, right? They obviously treat you, wine and dine you, tell you that they love you for whatever. But it's only, like, how do you even know that he's got that mentality? Oh, wow.
Oh my god, this is like triggering the case of Fadan. If you guys are a big Fadan fan,
Yeah.
I've been talking about her legal case.
Yeah.
And it was something similar to this. So anyway, back to the questions. Are we doing one more?
Yeah, we'll just do one more, but hopefully that is my relationship advice, which in one sense is very complicated. I'm not a relationship expert. I'm a mortgage broker. We're mortgage brokers.
Yeah.
But I would say that my final biggest advice is, before you jump into a mortgage with someone, is sort out your relationship and make sure it's stable.
Yeah, because I think making a commitment as buying a property together is basically you guys are getting married.
Yeah, and it can't be emotional. Like, it can't just be like, oh yeah, let's get married, we'll get a property together, da 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 da, life will be amazing, like the Disney movie. That's very emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, well, I know we'll go to another question. I would say, in order for you guys to buy a property together, you need to go into at least, for me personally, 3 big fights. Like, it could be a fight about something, and then you have to be able to resolve that fight.
3 big fights.
Yeah, it has to be like 3 big massive fights. If every fight you do, like, you can't even get over one fight. For example, you have a fight and then you either just don't talk about it and just brush under the carpet kind of thing. That's not resolving it. That's just ignoring it. Like, oh yeah, we'll fight. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll take you on a holiday. You just don't talk about it. Or oh, don't talk about it today. That's not overcoming that fight. It's like really fighting about it and coming back and go, I heard you. This is my view, this is our view, and then trying to find a way to resolve it, and then doing a second time more of a different topic, and a third time, and I think that's when you know you're ready to be able to buy a property now.
I don't entirely agree. I think 3 fights is too little.
Oh wow, okay. So you need more.
For me, I have to be with that person for a few years. It's not just 3 fights and then that's it.
Yeah, like I'm not saying like small fights over like small things, like it doesn't have to be huge. Like to the point where the relationship's about to break kind of thing.
I think for me it's about having that serious conversation about finances and actually managing finances together.
Yeah.
Because it is about finance, and I think it's important that you guys establish your values, how you spend your money, how you budget. And if you guys are comfortable doing that and you have experience doing that and you have that trust where no one's going to take advantage of each other's monies, I think that's a good place to start as well. Anyway, so last question.
Last question for this podcast.
So yeah, there's heaps of questions here. So if you guys still want to find out what other goodies are in this bowl for Q to answer, or if you guys have a different question and just pop it in the comments below, we're happy to do another podcast on it. So eat both.
Okay, so one more question. And remember guys, before I read the next question, subscribe and follow this podcast, the Gen W podcast. You might be wondering, what is Gen W? Gen W stands for generational wealth, right? We have a lot of Gen Zs, Gen Alphas, Gen X, Gen Y. I want you guys who are watching this podcast to be Gen Ws.
Yeah.
Pretty good spin, right? I thought about that.
Yeah. I approved it.
Yeah, she approved it.
There was a couple options.
there was some crazy ones. Okay, what do you think about dating apps? Who asked us this in the DMs? Okay. What I think about dating apps?
No, so this I kind of changed it. So the DMs was like people complaining about dating apps.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, we'll just do the dating apps in general.
Yeah, I have a confession here. I never used a dating app. I'm really dinosaur.
It came after you got married, isn't it?
No, it was still there. There was like Cupid or something.
eHarmony.
eHarmony shit. But you see the ads, it's got old people shit.
Yeah, you would think it's for old people.
It's for old people shit.
Like, but it's really trendy these days.
Yeah, but now there's Hinge, Tinder, Grindr, all these like coffee and bagel or whatever bagel crap coming out. Like, I've never used it, but I feel like.
But have you watched any videos? Have you come across those, or is it just in my algorithm? Because I'm researching.
I don't know. Like, I think dating apps. Like, for me personally, I feel like dating apps is a good way to put yourself out there. I feel like, not to boost my ego. I was telling you before, right? Like, if I was single with the skills I have today, I think I'll be a beast in the dating app. Like you were saying, like I'll be a player.
Yeah, he's got really good communicative skills.
Like, I've got the charisma. I don't really have. I've got the average age.
Like, you can see from his TikToks. I mean, why is he so popular? It's because he must have some charisma. Right?
Yeah, I've got a bit of charisma. I reckon I do.
And he's got a great sense of humor, and girls love funny guys.
Yeah, so,
I love funny guys.
Yeah, so I believe, like, you want to see it. I think Grace will have a crush on me. She's like, well, whatever.
You're my brother, no.
Yeah, we're so close. I'm just saying, like, different contexts into parallel universe. But I'm saying, I would say, like if you're the right, like, I don't know, like dating apps for a guy who has the charisma and like the confidence and also have a bit of like dating experience like me, right? And I went onto the platform, I think I would dominate the app. And I feel like what happens is, if for the male population in like that vicinity, I would say that 2 to 3% of the males will get most of the pussy. Whilst those other guys that are not confident to go on the app, or they go on a date and they can't really do the communication because they're so used to, but this generation these days is playing video games. There's like, they're in their room, they're in their mum's like basement just playing video games, and like there's no like way they know how to express their ideas to a woman. Even if they may be a really great guys, I think they don't stand a chance.
So I have a couple of opinions about dating apps.
That's my opinion about dating apps. Like, it depends. Like, it comes back to you as a male or female. You need to work on yourself. That's what I'm trying to say.
So my opinion on dating apps, I have a lot of opinions, but I want to try and narrow this down to maybe 2 or 3. So first off is what we talked about, like the exposure and how it became more casual and not like exclusivity. So there's nothing special about going on dates and having that one-on-one chat with that person that you're supposed to be interested in. The other thing is, I feel like dating apps ruined the traditional way of dating. I personally, being a millennial, I miss traditional dating. Like, I haven't been dating, but you know, I would prefer a guy that I meet face to face than someone online. So I think that. And then the third thing is, so I have a quick question before I name the third one.
Yeah.
What is your opinion about girls paying? Because that was another big thing that came up when I was researching this topic, is a lot of guys want the girls to pay half. And then a lot of girls want the men to pay, and then it's like a whole big divide on the internet.
I don't know, like, I'm very old school.
Same.
Like, even for Grace, like, I'm not in a romantic, I'm like very platonic. I share like with my soul sister, right? But even for anything, even with friends and stuff, I'll just pay. Because I feel like when I pay, it's like my gesture to you that I love you, I care for you, I respect you, and it's not transaction.
So I feel like a lot of men now are saying like, oh, she's a gold digger, or oh, like, why do I always have to pay? Like, that's...
Yeah, I don't have that. I feel like it's a joy to pay.
Yeah, so do you feel like resentful towards women because you always pay? Because I feel like the new generation, or whatever's being broadcasted online, is a lot of like backlash about men always having to pay.
Yeah, well, I'm only speaking for myself. As an old school millennial, I don't feel any resentment at all. I love to pay. Like, for when I'm with a guy friend, I often to offer to pay whatever I play.
Do you think it's an Asian thing?
Maybe it's an Asian thing. I don't know. But even if my friend wants to pay, like, I'll let them pay. But for females, I'm a bit more biased. Like, I'll pay. Like, I feel like when I'm out with a lady, it is romantic. Obviously, for romantic, like, definitely I'll pay. But if it's platonic or when we're going out, even if it's not work related with you, I'll just pay because I feel like I want to show you that, in this day, in this food, like, I'm happy to pay. There's no resentment. I feel like it's a joy. Like, what's the point of making money and putting in your bank account when you can't express it?
So that's what shocked me when I saw this divide of like, oh, women should pay half, or why aren't men paying first date, or whatever, like, whatever's out there in my algorithm. I was shocked because, you know, I haven't been dating in a long time, right? And then
things have shifted though. Like, guys are like more transactional these days.
Yeah, it's...
Maybe the cost of living as well.
So that's the other thing I wanted to...
Because, you know, obviously, like, we're running a successful brokerage.
Yeah.
So for me, I always tell, like I dropped $500 on the floor. Wow. I don't care. I don't want to pick it up. So. So that's the thing, and that's my third point. That's why I asked you that question, is with the cost of living rising, is that the reason why this is happening? Where there's... Not really. When I was dating my wife and I had no money at all and I was on credit cards, personal loans, I offered to date. I want to pay.
So that's the thing as well. So back to what I was saying, guys, my third point is how dating apps ruin that, because the guys are normally seeing multiple girls, they're paying their dates,
probably
and then
why.
it gets expensive. And then they like start pulling back. But like, so I had this conversation with my mate, and he's old school. So that's also what shocked me, was like, I have not been dating. So when I saw all this information coming up, I was like, what is happening? Because whenever I went out, even with my guy friends, they will never let me pay. We'll fight over the bill and they always win, and then
I'll do that with Grace. You should fought me up fucking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
It's happened, guys. It's happened.
It's like, you're not paying, bitch.
Yeah. So that's why I was really shocked when I saw that, because even my guy mates were not romantic, we're platonic, they're married, they have kids, everything, we're just really good friends. But yeah, they would always never let a female pay. So when I saw this, I was shocked. But then, you know, I had this conversation with my friend, and he's old school, he never lets me pay, he's really a great guy. But yeah, so we had this conversation about how he was on the dating apps and how it gets expensive because he's constantly paying them. And he's not a low standard guy. He likes going fine dining, nice places. If he really likes a girl, he'll fly her to another country with him. So he was complaining like, because we're having this conversation about this divide, and he was like, well, it is like cost of living. Imagine if you're taking girls out and paying every time. And I was like to him, well, who told you to date multiple girls at a time a week?
Yeah, right? I mean, like, if you're having multiple, like, if I was dating multiple girls at a time, like, for example, if I had multiple mentees, like I have like 10 other mentees, then I'll probably be a bit conscious that I'll be paying for everybody.
Yeah.
But the thing is that why would you have so many multiple backup plans?
Yeah.
Because I'm the type of guy that if I like this girl, I want to just be fully focused on her. And plus, you forget all this conversation. You have like 3 girls going on. Like,
you're like, what was your name again?
You don't know what like you're saying to that person.
Yeah.
And it's always like you feel like you're jumping out, but you always have a parachute. You know.
Yeah. So I feel like that's probably part of the reason. Like, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I feel like, you know, if these dating apps, you're seeing multiple people, and as a guy, if you were to pay for all those dates, it would get expensive, and the cost of living is increasing. So I imagine that's also affecting romance in terms of dating nowadays. And then the fact that your attention is already split to few girls or whatever, and then you're spending money with multiple girls, I think that's also playing a big factor in dating apps.
Yeah, I think dating apps do offer like the easy exit plan, but I don't blame dating apps. I just think it speeds up the problem makes the problem like bigger. But the problem was always there even before the dating apps, you know, as millennials. There was no dating apps before the dating apps. You still have guys having 3 or 4 backup burners, phones, just like change different girls. You know what I mean? But it's a smaller scale though.
Yeah, and then I think it's like the pool's smaller, so you tend to have more funds for less people, and I think because it takes a lot of balls to approach some. Your pool definitely is much smaller, and you tend to try to nurture that relationship, that the number that you did get. Yeah.
So I would probably say, in summary, dating apps are good if you have the self-development. And for the ladies as well, if you have the self-development to know your self-worth, then, you know, you might find a match out there for you.
I have a few friends who had successful relationships with Spa tickets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
One of them is engaged.
Yeah. I mean, love still exists out there. But I think it's more like, you know what you said before, you gotta kiss 1,000 frogs to find one Prince Charming.
But with them, they do it differently. Like, they matched with one guy and they focused on that one guy. They didn't see multiple guys. So I think that was the difference.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, like, you know, any questions, drop in the comments below for us, anything for the next podcast.
And if you have any suggestions or topics that you want us to cover, drop it in the comments below as well.
Yeah. So Until next time, we'll see you in the next episode of the Gen W podcast, and we thank you for supporting us along this journey.
Welcome to the Gen W podcast. With your hosts Q and Grace turning migrant grit into generational gold. Because we're not just another generation.
We're Gen W.